Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is smash the like button the way that female high school teachers smash their students, so this video reaches a wider audience. And now on with the memes. Number 1, this woman has a question for men. If a woman has a body count of 20 but 19 of those are women, is she still considered run through? Or do only male partners count? A woman would only ask this to know what she can get away with. If you really want to know if lesbians are run through, then just look at those massive monsters women have in their nightstands. As far as I'm concerned, used products don't have extra labels. They are still used. In fact, with 19 female partners, she's emotionally used up at the very least. Up next, here's something I didn't know. That the female magistrate that let Irina Zarutska's killer out 14 times after committing various crimes never even passed the bar exam to become a lawyer. Who knew that you didn't have to have any credentials to be a judge? On top of that, she was a DEI hire, and we all know why she released him over and over again, because of the color of his skin, and also because she owns a treatment center, and many of the people she releases end up going there. Conflict of interest much. Number 3, why do we have to suffer like this in Canada with our new Prime Minister? By the way, the Prime Minister is on the left, but I don't know who that guy is on the right. Looks like a young Montgomery Burns. Remember how everyone thought that Trudeau's photo ops were cringeworthy? Well, this might even be worse. Faking that they're running in a marathon. This just screams to me weak men create hard times, and times have already been hard enough for Canada. Moving on, here's this teacher saying that this is her outfit for the first day of her new career. A teacher of what? Gender studies for second graders. Her outfit looks like she tripped and fell in Goodwill's extra extra large department. The contents of that laptop also need to be checked for diddler material. I think I know where she got her outfit. From the same people that made all the costumes for Big Mama's house. 90s comedy is today's reality. Number 5, a while back, 16 speed cameras were chopped down in Toronto in only one night. Funny enough, a week before I got a ticket in August for going 51 kilometers an hour in a 40 school zone. But get this, it's usually 50 if the light is flashing. The light wasn't even flashing and school hadn't started yet, and they still gave me an $80 ticket. People are tired of this tax grab. The cameras that are cut weren't in school zones, but were actually in other areas that had nothing to do with safety. Up next, here's a word of advice to men staying in dying relationships, hoping that the woman will change. She won't, and you need to leave. You won't regret it. Women's behavior is set when they are still in their single digits. If they haven't been raised properly, it's over. Women under this post call this guy a manlet, and that women are running away from him and that girls are actually dodging a bullet by not dating him. It looks like this guy's on a cruise ship. Number 7, Sophie Rain says that it's funny how men can dribble a ball and then cash $30 million. By the looks of her, I bet she dribbles a pair of balls at the same time. She's insulting them by saying their sport requires no real skills. That somehow being a 304 takes more effort. Also, is it my imagination, or does it look like they edited the hell out of her midsection? There should be at least another 3 inches on the left. Moving on, apparently women are turning to AI husbands for meaningful relationships. Sure they are. Men will be the only ones reproducing the species sufficiently using technology one day. Mark my words. Plus, for women, an AI boyfriend or robotic lover doesn't come with a pet wallet, and he can't be tormented emotionally because he doesn't have any real feelings. What satisfaction can women possibly get from attention from an AI that isn't even real? Also, this looks like the look that says my cats aren't doing it for me any longer. Number 9, this sex worker wishes that she could just do her job without being sexualized. I guess some women just want to ride 2 horses with one ass. She just wants to make content without hearing from men how much they want to smash her. Are you kidding me? Her whole job is to pretend that she wants strange men to smash her. Her saying this is like me saying, I wish I could be a chef without people eating the food. Just let me cook for you without anyone mentioning dinner. Up next, remember that time when CNN said there's nothing more frightening in America today than an angry white man. Funny enough, the white men haven't even gotten all that angry yet. And most will conserve their emotions while simply walking away from society and letting it all crumble. Also, of course, they have to take a picture of a crowd full of white men, and only one of them looks angry and unhinged. Also remember that angry white men are also the safest of all angry men. Number 11, if things went down like this in Charlotte, and Irina was actually Shaniqua, then you know that cities all over America would be burning right now. This will probably be what the Netflix documentary is going to look like next year. Suddenly the man's mental illness wouldn't actually be an issue. That's all part of black privilege, which is the ability to break every law in the country and still remain the victim. Why do you suppose that is? Learned helplessness, perhaps. Moving on, Canada's fertility rate is well below replacement, at 1.3. It hasn't been at replacement levels of 2.1 since the early 70s. You can see the fall started in 1960 with the introduction of the pill and then accelerated with the decriminalization of abortion. But correlation does not equal causation. Sure, it helped contribute to falling birth rates, but affluence and material abundance, I suspect, is the actual root cause. Once you attain a certain level of wealth and lifestyle of dopamine, you stop wanting to reproduce. People had more kids when life was harder. Number 13, Nicole says that she's from a generation where 25 years ago, men would approach women, but now we won't even look at them. She's wondering what happened. Women asked us to stop talking to them, and we went our own way. It's as easy as that. Women want free attention, which is like oxygen, and that's why she's complaining. She misses being able to shoot down guys that would actually hit on her and embarrass them. Guys got tired of it. Also, the men she's referring to, some of them that are not approaching her, are also Chads. They've moved on to younger targets. Up next, Mark Hamill says he's ashamed that Americans voted for Trump twice. What, he doesn't believe in democracy? As far as I'm concerned, Luke went to the dark side of the Force about 2 years ago before Biden lost his mind. And speaking of losing one's mind, out of the original Star Wars cast, the only one that's still fully alive is Harrison Ford. Also looks like 3PO knew not to be in this photo that day because he probably knew that something like this might happen. Number 15, this woman said the quiet part out loud. This guy's wondering if it's normal for his female friend, when she goes out on a date that goes well, and then she wants to take it slow and not sleep with the guy. But then immediately after the date, she sleeps with somebody else. It's making this guy scared of even trying dating apps. When they think you're boyfriend material, they take it really slow, trying to make it look like they have a low notch count. But when they meet a Chad, they sleep with them almost immediately. That's standard thought operating procedure. Moving on, I think this has to be one of the only socially acceptable times that a woman could have a high notch count. Someone's aunt gave chlamydia to about 130 Nazis. Things ended up getting so bad on the front that Mr. Mustache started sending blow-up dolls to the front so his troops could smash those instead of catching venereal disease. No, I'm not making it up. He thought that sex dolls would help him win the war. But maybe it's not the flex we think it is because penicillin was invented in 1928. Number 17, this is what happens when you flood your country with migrants. In Toronto, which might as well be India 2.0, a crack shack is now $1.1 million. But in Texas, a mansion with 3-car garages is only $800,000. The government's solution to this in Canada is to start building tiny homes that cost $3 million each, and then rent them out to people. Canada is one of the first places where you'll own nothing and be happy. But there's hope in Canada as real estate has now started to crash. Up next, Doug Ford, Rob Ford's brother and premier of this part of Canada, tells young people looking for work to pick themselves up by their bootstraps when seeking jobs. Maybe they should have just did what Doug did. He walked over to his father, politician, and demanded he give him a job at his packaging plant. Meanwhile, Ford also wants as many migrants to come in as possible, to compete with and take all the jobs from those young people as well. I won't vote for him again unless there's no one better going forward. Number 19, Willie here seems to think that the captain of the Titanic, a white guy, thought the iceberg was his friend, due to white bias. And if he had DEI training, he'd be alive today. Jeremy sets him right and says that 73% of all the women from every class survived, but that only 19% of the men did. That's what female privilege really looks like. I still think the real problem is that it was a very dark night that day when the Titanic sank. I also think that Willie is making a joke and that Jeremy might not understand sarcasm. Moving on, speaking of black and white and DEI, just show the 2006 homicide rate from the Bureau of Justice. The next time someone says that it's socioeconomic factors as to why blacks are more violent. In all honesty, I don't think it's cultural, but I think it's because of high testosterone that many blacks have crimes of passion. Maybe we need to start handing out estrogen pills to calm down certain parts of the population suffering from too much toxic masculinity. But we can't do that because that would be racist. Black women are more likely to commit murder than white men, don't you know? Number 21, this woman says that she could go out for a walk at 2 a.m. every night and listen to music on her AirPods if men didn't exist. What she's not worried that women would eventually start attacking each other on the streets in the middle of the night. Also, if she went out, she wouldn't be able to return home because I don't know a single woman that's ever built a house. Plus, men invented AirPods too. If anything, she'd probably get attacked by a coyote or something. Up next, researchers have found fake eyelashes make women look easier to get, and they're rated less attractive and healthy. Don't forget, we also need research on women with super long fake talon like nails as well. Since they're easy to get, one might also look at fake lashes as a woman's cumbrella to keep all that human Kahlua out of her eyes. When I was younger, I had long lashes that made women jealous. Then they wanted to put mascara on them and curl them. Yeah, I was bullied a lot, and I ended up cutting them and they only grew longer and curled even more. Number 23, women say that sex work is work. But why do they make such a big deal out of it? It's a big deal because it's how they perceive their value in this world. Having careers in cats is probably just a cover story for how important their cooch is. For many of them, it's all they have. Most of the time, they trade it for what they want from men. If no man of high value wants to trade them for it, then they have no choice but to get a career. Moving on, here's one woman that definitely can't trade sex for anything of value. Gretchen here had her DC Comics Red Hood comic canceled after she made some unsavory remarks about Charlie Kirk. Why do they always look like this? Every single time. I hate DC Comics a little less now because of this. But let's not forget her comic probably wasn't all that good to begin with. She looks so fat that she'll eat your soul, your kids, your lunch, and your dog. Number 25 and the last one is that Rollo Tomasi, the rational male. Looks like things are getting tough out there for everyone. I don't think that's Rollo, but it could be after he did a truckload of meth. This could be Rollo Trailer Trash Tomasi in an alternate universe where this is his future older self. But you still have to hand it to him. Even if he were to look like this, he could still get women like that to be his hoes. I think this is just their dad on date night trying to make a point. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate it to PayPal and subscribe to our links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.